Hi guys, very good morning. Am I audible to all of you? Is my voice
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Very good morning.
Thank you. I'm sharing my screen. So today we're going to discuss about the V and V model. So as of now, we have completed the waterfall and spiral model. So third one, I'll take it up V and V model. Today presentation topic is spiral model. So all of you can prepare and come for this today night. I'll be making the two groups. So V and V stands for verification and validation. Verification and validation. VNV stands for verification and validation. So here, okay, so we are, in order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model, we would like to go ahead with this model VNV. Means testing starts from day one. So we don't want to wait after doing the testing. Like once development is done, we are doing a testing in spiral model or in waterfall model. But here from day one, we need a test engineers. It's not like they can hire whenever they want. No. From day one, they have to hire the test engineers and we have to do the testing from day one. So in order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model, we are going with a V and V model. So V stands for verification. So it will be like this. Left side, whatever we write, it's a verification, and right side is a validation. Here we have requirement collection, designing stage, coding stage, okay, then white box testing. Developer will do that white box testing line by line. And here we are going to do system like acceptance testing, system testing, integration testing, functional testing. And then this process will be continuously carry forwarded through and through. Okay, I'll just show you this. Okay, I have already written the diagram. Let me bring that. For other batch, I had written. So let me get that. V and V model. You're able to see this diagram, all of you? Visible,
Yes,
huh?
sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So verification means, okay, in the interview they'll ask, what do you mean by verification? Left side, whatever you're seeing right here, this is called verification. And right side, whatever you're seeing, this is validation. Okay. Verification means it's a kind of a testing. So I want to verify. What I want to verify? I want to verify it might be a customer requirements, or it might be a software requirement specification, or it might be a high level design, or it might be a low level design according to the customer requirement. This is called verification. Means here we want to ensure that whatever we are trying to build, it is a product, right? And we are following the system right, and we are trying to build a software right. So that is the meaning of verification. Means before we develop, we are trying to verify whether are we following a system right, are we building a product right. So we are verifying, still we are not developed. Validation means after development. After development means as a test engineer, we are going to validate. So verifying or validating the functional behavior of an application by executing the test cases on the software, So it's kind of a validation process. It is done by a test engineer. Once the software is developed, so after developing, we want to ensure that whatever product has been developed, it is correct, no defects are there, and whatever system we have followed, is it the right system? So whether it's the right software or right product, we're going to do that. That is called validation. Now I'll give the notes. Take down heading. V and V model. In the bracket, verification and validation model. V and V model. V and V model. In the bracket, verification and validation model. Answer. This model came up in order to overcome this model came up in order to overcome the drawback of this model came up in order to overcome the drawback of this model came up in order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model. This model came up in order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model. Put one icon. Here, testing starts from the requirement stage itself. Here, testing starts from the requirement stage itself. Here, testing starts from requirement stage itself. Completed. Here, testing starts from requirement stage itself. So, next line, small heading. What is verification and validation? This is the most frequently asked interview question. What is the difference between, or what is verification and validation? What is verification and validation? First, I'll give you 2 points for a verification. Write down. Point number one, verifying or testing, verifying or testing verifying or testing the customer requirement specification, verifying or testing the customer requirement specification, verifying or testing the customer requirement specification like CRS. Put one line slash. I've written here, no? You write it in a full form. Customer requirement specification, put one slash. Then software requirement specification, put one slash. Software requirement specification, put one slash. Then high level design, high level design. High level design. And low level design and low level design. Low level design. Put a comma. To check whether, to check whether, to check whether it is working, to check whether it is working, to check whether it is working according to the,
Sir, can you repeat second point again?
yes, verifying or testing the CRS, software requirement specification, high level design and low level design to check whether, to check whether it is working, to check whether it is working according to the customer requirement specification, 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 according to the customer requirement specification is called verification, is called verification. Full stop. Next paragraph means continuation. Next paragraph. Here we are ensuring that, here we are ensuring that, here we are ensuring that here we are ensuring that are we building a product right? Are we building a product right? From a system right? Are we building a product right? From a system right and software right? Are we building a product right? From a system right and software right? Here we are trying to ensure that are we building a product right, system right, and software right. That's it about verification. Next, validation. Next slide. Testing the functional behavior of a software, testing the functional behavior of a software application, testing the functional behavior of a software application, testing the functional behavior of a software application, testing the functional behavior of a software application by executing the test cases, testing the functional behavior of a software application by executing the test cases, by executing the test cases is called validation, is called validation. is called validation. Full stop. Next paragraph. Continuation. It is done by test engineer. It is done by test engineer. It is done by test engineer. Done by test engineer after the software is developed. After the software is developed. After the software is developed. And here, and here, and here, we are ensuring that, and here, we are ensuring that are we building a right product? And here, we are ensuring that are we building a right product? Here we are ensuring that are we building a right product? From a right system, and right software. Right system and right software. Are we building a right product from a right system and right software? Right product from right system from right software. That's it. Okay, so that's about verification and validation. Now take down this diagram and I'll explain you in detail. I'll zoom out. See if I can show this properly. Let me open it. Here. Is it visible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, take down this diagram. Here, top one, converting a business language requirements into software language. That word, whatever I've written, just for your understanding. Customer gives the requirements. Those requirements will be collected from the business analyst. Then business analyst will give it to the project manager. Then project manager, he will pass it to the left side. Whatever you're seeing, this is the development team. Developers have written. Right side, testing team, all the testers, freshers, juniors. So left side, entirely work done by developers. Right side, entire work done by test engineer. That's the reason I've written testing team here, development team here. I'll explain in detail. Just take down this diagram. If you find any difficulties, you let me know. I'll spell out the words if you're not able to write. Today onwards, our SQL class is going to start 9:30 to 11. Presentation, two groups I'll make, and I'll assign a mentor, and I'll share the invitation.
Okay, sir.
People who not presented waterfall model, you can present both waterfall and spiral today. Take it seriously. You might feel okay, it's a small task, I can do it. But over the period of time, when subjects starts growing, you feel that confidence. Okay, it's not only about only manual testing we should give. You should also practice on SQL or whatever subjects we complete. You should take an initiative and you should give a presentation. Those six members, you guys, whenever I divide the teams, right, you make bonding among yourself as a good friends for preparation. Okay, in terms of doubts or in terms of clarification, whatever you have. So it's kind of a steady circle which I'm making. So instead of, because you're all sitting alone in different places, but when you have a team, right, so you all can connect whenever you want. You can prepare and you can come up with doubts whenever you have. If you're not able to solve, I'll be able to help you out. So that is a way it will help you to crack the interview. Let me know once it is completed. This one, reviewing the CRS, write a acceptance test plan, write acceptance test cases. Same way, review SRS, write system test plan, write system test cases. Next, review high level design, write integration test plan, integration test cases. Review low level design, write functional test plan, write functional test cases. ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆ? ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ಅಪ್. ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಒನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್? ಯಾವ ಲೈನ್ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
Completed, sir. Completed, sir.
Completed. Okay. So if you look at this diagram, so whenever customer gives the requirements, business analyst, he will go and collect those requirements, and those requirements will be in the form of business language. He will try to convert those requirements from business language to software language, and then he will give it to the project manager. He'll give it to the project manager. Now, project manager, what he will do, he will send one copy of that requirement, like whatever the document is prepared by business analyst, that document will be given to the one to the development team, one copy to the testing team. So now, stage one, development team, what they do, they start converting this customer requirement specification. So usually those in the software language only, they've already converted, but they'll try to again convert into SRS, into a more functional, like more software manner, like more in a software terminologies, they'll convert. By looking into the customer requirement specification, they'll start converting customer requirement into software requirement specification. Meanwhile, testing team, what they do, they look into this document, they'll check, is there any mistakes? That is why from day one, we need a test engineers here. They'll check, is there any mistakes in the documents? Okay, if any mistakes, immediately they'll find a bug and they'll throw it back. Hey, there is a mistake in the CRS document. They'll inform to the project manager. Again, project manager, he'll go back and inform the customer. Customer he will update the document. Again, that updated document will be sent to the development team, and then one copy will be sent to the testing team. So, while reviewing the CRS, test engineer, they'll find some mistakes, like there might be a missing requirement, there might be a duplicate requirements, there might be a wrong requirements, there might be a conflicts in the requirements. Those kind of a mistake they'll identify. And once everything is fine, they'll start writing a acceptance test plan and acceptance test cases. So this is about stage one. By the time testing team finishes all this activity, developers are ready with SRS document. Now stage two. You all might be wondering, what is this acceptance, system, integration, functional, unit? I'm not understanding. That is good. You're not understanding. Remember only the terminology. These are all separate topics which we're going to discuss in detail in the upcoming sessions. Okay. Now, just take down a small note for stage one. Okay. Write down. In order to overcome the drawback of the waterfall model, answer. In order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model, we go with a V and V model. We go with a V and V model. We go with a V and V model. Stop. Continuation. Whenever customer is ready to give the requirements, whenever customer is ready to give the requirements, whenever customer is ready to give the requirements, those requirements will be in the form of business language. Those requirements will be in the form of business language. And they will try to convert those requirements into software language. And then they will give the CRS document to project manager.
Sir, can you repeat? They'll try to convert.
They'll try to convert into software language. And then they will give it to the project manager. So if you look at the diagram flow, I have written the same way. They'll collect and they'll give it to the project manager. So now project manager will send one copy of CRS document to testing team. Now project manager, he will send one copy of CRS document to testing team and another copy to the development team. One copy of CRS document to the testing team, another copy to the development team. Next now, next line, stage one or first stage, you can write first stage in front, small heading in front of that answer. Developers, they'll start converting CRS document into SRS document. Developers, they'll start converting CRS document into SRS document. CRS document into SRS documents. And meanwhile, testing team does the following activities. Meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the CRS document. Meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the CRS document. Point number one, they will review they means test engineers. Point number one, sub point. They will review the CRS document. They will review the CRS document. Put a comma, continuation. While reviewing the CRS document, 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 they will find the following mistakes. They will find the following mistakes. Testing team, they'll review the CRS document, comma, while reviewing the CRS document, they will find the following mistakes. Now you have written the sub point 1. Under that sub point A, sub point A, they try to find conflicts in the requirements. Point A, conflicts. CONFLICTS, conflicts in the requirements. I'll explain in detail what is conflicts. Point number A, conflicts in the requirements. Point number B, missing requirements. Missing requirements. Point number C, wrong requirements. Wrong requirements. Wrong requirements. Full stop. So point number 1 is completed. Under the testing team does the following activities on the CRS. Point number 1, they'll review the CRS. Under that, you have written 3 sub points, A, B, C. Next, point number 2. Testing team, they will write the acceptance test plan. Testing team, they will write the acceptance test plan. Testing team, they'll write the acceptance test plan. Point number 3, testing team, they'll write the acceptance test cases. They'll write the acceptance test cases. Done. Next slide. Testing team, while reviewing the CRS, if they find any of the defects or mistakes, testing team, while reviewing the CRS document, if they find any mistakes or defects, testing team, while reviewing the CRS documents, if they find any of the mistakes or defects, if they find any of the mistakes or defects, they will immediately report it to the development team or a project manager. They will immediately report it to the They will immediately report it to the development team or project manager to correct the mistakes. To correct the mistakes. Correct the mistakes. Full stop. So project manager, he will update the CRS document. Project manager, he will update the CRS document from the customer side. Means customer will update and give it to you. That is the meaning. Wait. Better. We'll write it in another way. So customer will update the CRS document. Strike off that. Project manager will update CRS. Strike off that. So instead of project manager, just write customer will update the CRS document and give it to the project manager. Customer will update the CRS document and give it to the customer will update the CRS document and send it to the project manager. Full stop. Project manager will share the updated CRS document to development team and testing team. Project manager will share the updated CRS document to both the development team and testing team. Both development team and testing team. Project manager will share the updated CRS document to both development team and testing team. Full stop. But developers, they would have already converted CRS into SRS because they've already prepared. But developers, they would have already converted CRS into SRS. But developers, they would have already converted CRS into SRS. But developers, they would have already converted CRS into SRS. Now they have to update as per the CRS simultaneously. They have to go back and rework. Now they have to update the SRS as per the updated CRS. Now they have to update the SRS. Now they have to update the SRS as per the updated CRS. Now they have to update the SRS as per the updated CRS, simultaneously. Full stop. Next, second stage. Heading small, heading second stage, and stop it here. I just want to understand how you have written the notes. Can anyone read it out, Pawan? From beginning. We started a class now from beginning.
Okay. Shall I read it out, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm right.
VNV.
Someone is okay. Continue.
Okay. VNV model. VNV model stands for verification and validation model. This model came up in order to overcome drawback of waterfall model. Testing starts from requirement stage itself. What is verification and validation? Verification or testing the customer requirements specification, software requirement specification, high level design, low level design to check whether it is working according to the customer requirement specification is called verification. Here we are ensuring that we are building the product right, system right, and software right. Second point, testing the functional behavior application of a software
Validation. You
application.
should continue validation. That's not second point. That's a validation point.
Yes, sir. Second, testing the functional behavior application of a software application
No,
by
no, no.
executing
Read
the
it properly. Testing the functional behavior of an application. Give us pause.
yes,
Testing the function. Hmm.
testing the functional behavior application
Application.
of an software application by executing the test cases is called validation.
Yes.
It is done by test engineers after software is developed. And here we are ensuring that are we building the right product, right system, and right software. And next
No.
we have taken the diagrams of
No, no, you have written wrong.
sir.
Right? So wait. Are we okay? Right product, right system, and right software. For
Yes, sir.
verification, product right, system right, and software right. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Also, sir.
Cool. Next, Pawan, go ahead. Good, go ahead.
From
Next.
validation, sir.
Yes. From stage. Yeah, go ahead. Stages. You started no writing.
Yes. Developer starts writing, converting CRS document to SRS document, and
Whenever
meanwhile,
requirement.
sir,
Whenever customer gives the requirement from that line. VNV model. He explained what is the difference between verification and validation. After that,
validation. From validation, I should say.
validation is completed. He has explained. After that, I have given a points. Like after that, we started VNV model notes.
Okay, sir. In order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model, we go with V&V model. Whenever the customer is ready to give the requirement, those requirement will be in the form of business language, and they will be try to convert into software language, and then they will give to the project manager. Project manager, they will send one copy to the CRS document to the testing team and another copy to development team. In that first stage, developers start converting CRS document to SRS document, and meanwhile testing team does following activity on the CRS document. In that first point, they will review the CRS document. While review the CRS document, they will find the any following mistakes in that 3 points. Point A, they will
ಇಲ್ಲ
try to
ನಾನು
find
ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್
po- no,
ಅದನ್ನ
no.
ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ.
Okay.
Wait, I'll go ahead with others. Who want to go next? Who want to read? Anyone?
Can I, sir?
Yes, Aditya. Then I'll come back to Vanishri. Yes, Aditya.
Yeah.
Just raise the hand. That's why I chosen his name. Yeah.
So,
From beginning, like whenever customer gives the requirement, that line, not to overcome the VNV
Yeah.
model notes here.
oh. So, in order to overcome the drawback of waterfall model, we go with V&V model. Whenever customer is ready to give the requirements, those requirements will be in the form of business language, and they will try to convert those requirements into software language, and then they will give it to the project manager. Now, project manager will send one copy of the CRS to testing team and another to the development team. So, stage one, developers will start converting CRS document into SRS document, and meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the CRS document. So they will review the CRS document, and while reviewing the CRS document, they will find the following mistakes, which are conflicts in the requirements, missing requirements, and wrong requirements. So then the testing team will write the acceptance test plan. Then testing team will write the acceptance test cases, and testing team, when they're reviewing the CRS documents, if they find any defects or mistakes, they will immediately report it to the development team or the project manager to correct the mistakes. Customer will update the CRS document and give it to the project manager. Project manager will send the updated CRS document to both development and testing team, but the developers would have already converted the CRS into SRS. Hence, they will have to update the SRS as per the updated CRS simultaneously.
Perfect. Okay. So others, please try to correct your notes if any mistakes are there. Okay. Why I asked you to read out is so that I can also understand whether did I give a note, because I'm giving in my own like language so that you can understand and you can read out easily. Okay. I don't want to give a big bookish notes. So that's the reason I'll try to ask you to read multiple times. If I would have done a mistake or you would have done a mistake, we can correct it. Okay. So others, make sure you are writing a proper sentence words, even though a and the was where will be such kind of words, make sure don't miss it. Okay, the flow will miss if you don't write those words. Okay, now let's come back to the second stage. I'll explain the entire model, then we'll take the notes. Look at here. Okay, fine. So stage 1 is completed. Next, stage 2. So developers are ready with the SRS document. So now project manager, he will share one copy of SRS document to the testing team. Meanwhile, development team, they start converting the software requirement specification into high-level design. They start converting software requirement specification into high-level design of the product. So testing team, they'll start reviewing the SRS, software requirement specification according to the CRS. Is there any mistakes in the SRS? If they find a mistake, immediately they'll report back, because that's the reason I have written a 2 arrow mark. One is a red line, means if they find any mistakes, immediately they'll report it back. Red line, arrow mark. Another line, arrow mark, means, okay, they are sending a document to the testing team. That is the meaning. Okay. So they'll try to review the SRS document, and then they'll write a system test plan. They'll write a system test cases. By the time testing team finishes all this activity, developers are ready with high-level design. Okay, stage 2 is completed. Next is stage 3. Okay, so developers, they're ready with high-level design. So project manager, he will share one copy of high-level design to the testing team. One copy of document to the testing team. So now testing team, what they do? Just a second. I made a wrong point out. This is line. This is SRS. Okay. So project manager, he will share one copy of high-level design to the testing team. Now, testing team, they'll start reviewing the high-level design, whether according to the SRS they have prepared or not. So now you can ask questions. Sir, junior test engineers, are they going to review? No. There will be architects will be there, right? From development side, there will be a separate software architect. From testing side also, there will be a separate architect. So architect level, those guys will take care of that. So they will review the high-level design. So then meanwhile, remaining junior and test leads, those guys will take care of writing an integration test plan, integration test cases. Meanwhile, developers, they would have converted high-level design into low-level design. They are ready with a low-level design. Okay, next, stage 4. So developers, they start converting low-level design into the actual product by writing the code. Developers, they'll start building the actual product by converting a low-level design. So they start converting low-level design into actual product by writing the code. Meanwhile, project manager, he will share one copy of low-level design to the testing team. So now testing team, they start converting, like they start reviewing the low-level design, and they'll write a functional test plan and functional test cases. Now, by the time developers are ready with the product, they have done a development. Now they do white box testing. They do white box testing. Developers only, they do white box testing. Means they check each and every line, whether this line is correct, this code is correct. They'll verify, because before they give it to the testing team, they have to do this. Otherwise, test engineers will catch the bug immediately. That is an insult to the developer. Whenever developers send a software to the testing team, you find a bug within a minute, then that is not a quality developer work. So that is the reason they have to test their code. They do unit testing. They'll check each and every line whether it's correct, this functionality is working. They'll not do in-depth testing. All the validation they'll not do. Basic testing they have to do from their code point of view. So they do unit testing or white box testing. So what do you mean by white box testing? Means testing the each and every line of a code is called white box testing or unit testing. It is done by developers. Okay, once this is done, okay, they will send this finished product. They'll send the finished product to the testing team. This is a finished product. Now the software is ready for testing. But now what we have done, testers, we have written the test plan, test case, means we are ready with a weapon. We are all ready with our process. As soon as we get a product for a testing, we'll start doing a functional testing, integration testing, system testing, and then finally we do the acceptance testing, and then we deliver the software to the customer. That time we don't sit and write a test cases because we have already spent time. While developers are busy in building, we are also reviewing and writing a test plan and test cases. We are ready with the preparation. As soon as we get a product, we'll start doing a functional testing, integration testing, system testing, and finally acceptance testing. And then if everything looks good, we're going to deliver the software to the customer. This entire process, we call it as V&V model project development. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ? Can you raise your hands? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Can you raise your hands? How many of you understand? Okay, cool. I'll give a notes. Maybe you'll understand in a better way once again. Okay, let's go back to the notes now. Stage 2. And you all feel like, oh, it's a very big model. Yes, it is one of the biggest model. If you prepare waterfall model, spiral model, V&V prototype, remaining models easy to prepare. If you know these 4, remaining becomes extra. Means you'll be able to, because from these models only we are dividing and we are using it in the other models. If you know these 4 models, remaining models, it's a free for you. It's easy to understand and it's easy to prepare. First 1 or 2 times you will feel it's a big notes, lengthy notes. But if you prepare, it's not a lengthy notes. It's become automatically, you'll see the flow. Okay, you'll be able to understand. If you just look into the diagram, you should be able to speak, oh, this is how it works. That is the way you should remember. It's not like only the notes. First, yes, you are in the beginning stage, yes, look into the notes. Then later, if you just look into the diagram, you should be able to explain, oh, this is the flow, this is how it works. Right on. Stage 2. Project manager will share the 1 copy of SRS document to the testing team. Project manager.
Can you
Yes.
repeat the stage 2? Like I lost power, so I rejoined.
Stage 2, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
So
like from the time you started the notes.
okay, now is it? Now I started just now.
Yeah, no.
Okay, stage 2, right on. Stage 2. Project manager, he will share the SRS document to the testing team. Project manager, he will share the SRS document to the testing team. He will share the SRS document to the testing team. Put a comma. Meanwhile, development team, they start converting SRS into high-level design. Meanwhile, development team, they start converting SRS into software requirement specification into high-level design. Development team, they start converting software requirement specification into high level design. Stop. Continuation. Or maybe next paragraph. Testing team does the following activities on the SRS document. Testing team does the following activities. Testing team does the following activities on the SRS document. Testing team does the following activities on the SRS document. Point number one. Testing team, they'll review the SRS document. Subpoint, point number one. Testing team they will review the SRS document, whether it is according to the customer requirement specification or not. Testing team, they'll review the SRS document, whether it is according to the customer requirement specification or not. Testing team, they will review the SRS document, whether it is according to the customer requirement specification or not. Put a comma. If they find any mistakes, they'll report it back to the project manager and development team. If they find any mistake, they will report it back to the project manager. If they find any mistake, they will report it back to the they'll report it back to the project manager and development team. Second point, they'll write a system test plan. They'll write a system test plan. They'll write a system test plan. They'll write a system test cases. They'll write the system test cases. Next line. By this time, developers are ready with high-level design. By this time, developers are ready with high-level design. Next, stage 3. Stage 3. Project manager, he will share the one copy of high-level design to the testing team. Project manager, he will share one copy of high-level design. Project manager, he will share one copy of high-level design project manager, he will share one copy of high level design. One copy of high level design to the testing team. Meanwhile, developers, they'll start converting high level design into low level design. Meanwhile, developer, they start converting high level design into low level design. Full stop. Testing team does the following activities on the high level design. Testing team does the following activities on the high level design. Point number one, they will review the high level design. They means testing team. They'll review the high level design. Second point, they'll write an integration test plan. Third point, they'll write an integration test cases. Same whatever you have written there in the diagram. Point number one, they'll review the high level design. Second point, they will write the integration test plan. Third point, they will write the integration test cases. Integration test cases. Stage 4. Stage 4. By this stage, developers are ready with a low level design. By this stage, developers are ready with the low level design. By this stage, developers are ready with the low level design. By this stage, developers are ready with the low level design. They will start converting, put a command continue. They'll start converting low level design into actual coding. They'll start converting low level design into actual product. They'll start converting low level design into actual product. They'll start converting low level design into actual product. They start converting low level design into actual product by writing the code. They'll start converting low level design into actual product by writing the code. By writing the code. By writing the code. By writing the code. So stop. Meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the low level design. Meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the low level design. Meanwhile, testing team does the following activities on the low-level design. Point number 1, they will review the low-level design. Point number 2, test engineers, they will write the functional. Test engineers writes the functional test plan. Point number 3, test engineer writes the functional test cases. Writes the functional test cases. Functional test case, full stop. Next slide. Now developers are ready with the product. Now developers are ready with the product. Now developers are ready with the product. Come on. They will do unit testing or white box testing. They will do unit testing or white box testing. They will do unit testing or white box testing. They'll do unit testing or white box testing. They'll do unit testing or white box testing, which means testing the each and every line of a code. Testing the each and every line of the code. Testing the each and every line of the code. Testing the each and every line of the code. Testing the each and every line of the code to make sure testing the each and every line of the code to make sure it's working as expected. To make sure it's working as expected. Full stop. Once testing is completed, they will send the product to the testing team. They will send the product to the testing team. Once testing is completed, means once the unit or white box testing is completed, they will send the product to testing team. Full stop.
So they will send the product.
Okay, once the white box testing or unit testing is completed, they will send the product to the testing team. Full stop. Now testing team, they'll start doing. Now testing team, they will start doing the. Now testing team, they will start doing the. Now testing team, they'll start doing the Now testing team, they'll start doing the functional testing, integration testing. They'll start doing the functional testing, integration testing, functional testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. Once again, I'll repeat. They'll start doing the functional testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing, and then finally, they will deliver the finished product to the customer. And then finally deliver the finished product to the customer. And then finally deliver the finished product to the customer. Full stop. This entire process, we call it as V&V model, product development. This entire process, we call it as V&V model, product development. This entire process, we call it as V&V model, product development. V&V model, product development. So today you present a spiral model. Tomorrow you can present V&V model, because tomorrow I'll finish the entire advantage, disadvantage, and applications, and then we'll start prototype model tomorrow. So tomorrow I might ask you to read this notes. So prepare and come to the class tomorrow, because we will verify that notes from stage 2 we have not read. So I just want to verify once again. Okay. Cool. I'll stop it now. You can take a break. We'll see you in the evening.
What time will be the presentation, sir?
8 p.m.
Okay.
8 to 8:45.
Okay.
Stop the recording.